stand out here, Rich?
We've definitely seen a lot of players stand out. I mean, it's not too much of a surprise that the pro players have looked fantastic, and in particular, the pro players that we've seen in the competitive Call of Duty scene throughout the years. But when we look at some of these players that are not in our pro category, they've also stepped up. I think KOTH is probably the biggest one for me, but now all of a sudden T-Pain coming alive here.
Yeah, let's take a look at some of the highlights, I believe is what we're going to take a look at here from those matchups. We have had some great moments, without a doubt. We got a taste of some gunfight in our Celebrity Pro-Am. And it's been, there's some good moments there, right? You know, Prisa was a one-man wrecking crew. Keep saying that because it's true. Formal also did the same thing there. It certainly was time to play, without a doubt.
Yeah, also, I think one of the things, like, you talk about Priesthood being just a nasty one-man wrecking squad, but also, you take it a step further, him and Blake have played around each other's strengths very well. You kind of use the term cleanup. Blake was definitely doing that for a little while, but also he's getting that information, right? And you can see Priesthood do different things like consistently take the high ground, know where he needs to be pointing his gun and getting the work done. Now Scump has looked fantastic.
Yeah, this team of Scump and KOTH has just been exceptional to watch. They have continuously performed, and they're certainly the top duo here in this Celebrity Pro-Am.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. They have pretty much everybody saying that they want to take him down. You know, you see Shroud there for a second. Shroud saying, hey, I just want to take down Priesthood. I want to be able to take down Scump. You know who's been able to take down some of the pros? It's been surprising at times.
It's Adriana. She was the superstar, man. She picked off Formal and Scump a few times. Oh, did we get a knife throw and we missed it? Oh, man. It had just, but at least we caught it on the replays. That's what matters most. We caught it here. We also got the rocket play from Aiden too. T-Pain started to come online, get a little confident.
You know, somebody in chat just brought up something that's, I think, pretty important. Somebody said, KOTH's not playing for stats. I'm actually really surprised. And I think that's a pretty important point to bring up. We saw in 6v6 that he's more than capable of just making those numbers look really good, pulling down an absurd amount of kills. But we've also just heard how he actually looks at Call of Duty and the thought that's going behind so many different things that he has been able to do with Seth. So I think we don't expect him to do anything but play really good Call of Duty and let Scump run around the map and get kills when that is the right line of play. Yeah,
they're clearly playing as a unit. That is going to be imperative as we go into the bracket play. We'll get the brackets in a little bit for you folks as well, so you know who's going to be facing off against who. But one can deduce that it is going to be Shroud and Shroud and D'Angelo going up against Scump and KOTH, and then Formal and T-Pain will be facing Prisa and Blake Anderson. That will be a battle between Formal and Prisa 100%. They have been hard carrying, in some instances 2v1ing. But against each other, they've matched each other before in competitions in the past. Question is, here now at the Celebrity Pro-Am, it's going to be as intimate as ever. Just straight up, both of them against each other, 1v1 at times. It's going to be wild.
And we only have 3 series left, right? So we're going to go into our semis right now. That's still going to be a best of 3. And then after that, the teams that do come out on top, they go head-to-head in that grand final. And we actually figure out which charity is going to be able to pull down the king's share.
Look who we're joined by. T-Pain.
I don't have a headphone thing, so good job.
Here. Actually, I got you covered, T-Pain. Look, here you go, buddy. I don't know which one that is. Technology is an incredible thing.
I gotta say,
this is good. Yep. What's happening now?
All of a sudden, you started blasting off. At first, you kind of looked like crap, man.
Yeah. I was pretty bad. I was pretty bad. I think the tequila started kicking in, and then things got much more real for me.
That's how I actually get through my job as well.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. No, that's all good. You know,
that's both of that's you guys now. So this is why I got to carry this. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, you got to figure that out, man. You got to figure that out. I think if everybody is the same amount of drunk at the same time, I think we can all really work this out.
I think that's the key. I had a buddy that I used to work with, and his name's Maven, and that was kind of the key of casting with him.
You just put him on blast. Crazy. Damn. Maybe you are unbearable when everybody's sober. I just want you to know that.
Dear God, this is great. You guys think you're going to win this whole thing?
You know what? I'm not sure.
Okay, I like the confidence.
I think KOTH has a height advantage that I'm not ready for, and I don't know how that works.
Height advantage doesn't really work in the game.
It might. It's got a higher reach. He can take his controller to different lengths
Yeah.
Oh,
There he is. Just out of nowhere.
See? That was an arm drop that nobody was ready for because he started at 20 feet away from us.
Yeah, he started all the way back there and then ended all the way up.
I don't even know. He's already gone.
Yeah,
too.
No, but you guys are doing
An
great up
agile
here.
man.
Oh,
You guys are doing
appreciate it,
great.
man.
Thank you.
I'd like to hear my name a lot more.
Okay.
Let's just stop saying everybody else's name as much.
Okay.
Just stay on you.
Yeah, just stay on me as much.
Okay.
Do you guys have the switcher up here?
No,
Yeah,
we don't.
yeah.
We have no power. We're really
Okay,
just.
okay.
But you know what though? I have a guy in my ear. His name is Corey Dunn. Okay.
Corey,
Corey.
just make sure.
Okay.
Hey, Corey, how's it going?
So
Just stay on me.
Okay. So
Can we get a close up for just real quick?
yeah, just zoom in
for
on T-Pain's face, and then he's gonna give you the narrative of what he wants. Here we go. Oh, hit him with it, baby.
Seen a lot of T-Pain's tongue today.
Yeah.
So this is pretty much my thing now.
T-Pain's
So
tongue.
good job, everybody, for sucking at this game, and thank you. I tried. Thank you for outing me of basically how much trash I am at this, and it's been fun, man. I really appreciate it.
You're playing pretty well though, man. That last game you were popping off.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man. I think I'm learning the maps.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm learning
Yeah.
the maps as I go. They didn't give me a code to the game before I got here. Pretty mad about that.
Hate to see that
so
one.
far. So it's kind of, I don't know. Yeah, no, just, shame.
This guy.
Shame.
This guy. Well, you know what?
Shame.
If you want to be like T-Pain, this weekend, we may not have a code, but
I got a code. Well, now.
You can download the game for free on PlayStation 4. Do you know that, T-Pain?
Yeah. PC.
All weekend long.
PC guy.
It's T-Pain. This guy's in shambles over here, folks.
No, you guys are doing great. I really
Thank you
appreciate
so
y'all.
much,
You're killing
T-Pain.
it.
Appreciate
Good
it. These guys
job.
are right.
Thank you.
Check him out on Twitch, by the way. Awesome streamer.
Yeah. Twitch.tv/T-Pain. Holla at your boy.
There it
Let's
is.
get those subs up.
There
Twitch
it
Prime.
is.
Give me $5.
Twitch Prime.
Twitch Prime subs for T-Pain. You guys should go out there and do it right now. In any case, though, what are these players playing for? Not only the charity, but most importantly, they're playing for some awesome gear. We got Naomi standing by with exactly what that is. What do you got for us, Naomi?
Yeah, I'm here to give you the inside look, the close-up look at these awesome jackets. These are the Victory Bomber jackets that are going to be given to the victorious team. Let's take a look. I mean, we've got some bespoke embroidery right here. I was told there's some dog tags. Let's see them here. Yep, 2019 Pro-Am Champion golden laser-etched dog tags right here. So the official thing. I personally am a huge fan of bomber jackets. I wear them as often as I can. Of course, California, not the best weather for them, but this whole thing, the point is, it's bragging rights. This is what they get to wear once they win. So we'll see. Is it red? Is it blue? I'd like to see in chat, if you guys can, who do you think's gonna win? We're gonna find out soon, hopefully. I'm about to take it back right now to you guys over the desk. No T-Pain this time, but you guys are awesome. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.
No T-Pain. Sans T-Pain. Just got caught drinking right.
Yeah, T-Pain left his water bottle up here.
Oh, that was T-Pain's water bottle. Fair enough. Okay, so now we're going to go into our matches in a little bit. What's better than having a trophy, wearing your trophy? So you get that pretty cool bomber jacket there. So huge shout out to Mountain Dew for hooking it up for our competitors. But only one duo will be able to walk away with that awesome gear. And then, most importantly, the charity. The money going to charity. The charities that we're supporting are Able Gamers and the Call of Duty Endowment. Great organizations that have done a lot for veterans and also for those who need the assistance. But we're going to start up the brackets in a few. For now, though, we're going to go to a quick break. That was fun. We actually had T-Pain on a commentary desk. Maybe you should be casting CDL next season. Watch out, Maven. You might lose your job. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, it's time to start the bracket play. We'll see you soon.
Welcome to the stream. Tell me what your favorite team is. I'll talk back. Viewing party.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel Celebrity Pro-Am here in California. We've had a good time. T-Pain joined us here in the commentary desk. I'm Golden Boy along with Rich Campbell here. We've been having a lot of fun. But now we are moving on to the semifinals, and we're one step closer to determining who are going to wear those awesome bomber jackets and, most importantly, provide the lion's share of the money for charity, either Able Gamers or KOTH, depending on the charity that the group is playing for, the red or the blue group here. But we just concluded our round-robin play, and we've had some big performances so far from a lot of our competitors.
Yeah, and with what we've seen, too, when we actually do get into the semis, we could actually figure out which charity is going to come out on top and get that $25,000 if we see two teams from red make it through, or if we see two teams from blue to make it through. I think that when we look at red, currently the clear favorite, if you were going to pick, if you're just tuned in right now, from what we've seen, it appears to be Priesta and Blake. They have some synergy going on with each other, and Priesta is just an absolute phenom that can play with pretty much any weapon that's thrown into his hand.
And that is what you'll have to do in gunfight. Now, Shroud and D'Angelo have played very well in their matchups. This time around, though, it is going to be them making it to the bracket play. Hex, Vince Staples, unfortunately for them, they will be taking the L and will not be joining us in the semifinals. But they've shown that, especially in those warm-up matches, they're a very entertaining duo to check out. It was not going to be their day, though.
So Hector came up to me. You were off during break. He came up to me and he said, "You're really lucky that they didn't go to an interview of me right after I lost." And I was like, "Why, Hector?" He was like, "I was going to roast you in Golden Boy."
Wow.
So we dodged a bullet.
That hurts, especially considering, Hex and I go way back. Way back. Probably the only last two Call of Duty 2 guys that are still in this one. And no, Pac-Man doesn't count. Anyway, moving forward, in the blue group, you got Formal and T-Pain, Scump and Cat, and then Aiden and Adriana. And unfortunately for Aiden and Adriana, they lose 2 games and they are out of here. Now, Scump and Cat, we determined that they were going to be moving on in their first 2 games. They have dominated the competition. And then Formal and T-Pain. T-Pain says that certain things are allowing him to play a little bit better than usual. Maybe that could be the difference maker. We go into the semis.
Hey, man, practice how you play, and you come out here and you just try to
play how you live, you know?
Yeah, right. Go for it. Go for it. But, I mean, regardless of what's going on there, T-Pain has definitely been turning up in a big way, and Formal, of course, has not really dropped the ball yet. We might actually see that rematch happen now in a way where Formal is able to get the better of Seth.
Yeah, perhaps, but they're gonna have to get there, and we'll see how this all works out. Now, also, we got the Twitch chat open on our end. So typically, this is caster no-no. You never want to do this, right? Why would we want to have the
I
chat
do it
up?
all the time.
Well, when I'm teaching, newer casters to commentate, I'm like, don't pull up the chat, right? They'll eviscerate you. They'll destroy you. But you guys have been awesome today. So thank you. Appreciate it. You guys give yourself a little clap, little round of applause, right?
Clap,
Little golf clap. Anyway, so thank you guys so much for sticking with us here today. We've had a lot of fun. Hopefully you have as well. If you haven't had a chance to check out the Modern Warfare beta exclusively on PS4, do so. It's a pretty fun game. Been having a blast casting it thus far. Now the brackets. We have them all set up so you guys can get a visual picture of how this is going to play out. First up, you're going to have T-Pain and Formal going up against Blake and Prisa. Remember, we split them up. Red group versus blue group in the semifinals. Then Scump and Cat, versus Shroud and D'Angelo. Still a best of 3. The grand finals will be a best of 5. Do want to preface that for you folks in case you're wondering if anything is going to be changing up here in the bracket play.
I think we got a really good chance of actually seeing that Priesta versus Scump matchup. I think that's the most likely reality that we do end up traversing down. If that is what happens, we're going to have red and blue representation in that best of 5 in the grand final as well.
How crazy would it be, though, if Shroud manages to beat Scump and Cat? Or Shroud and D'Angelo.
I mean, you already heard from Shroud. All he wants to do is be able to take down one of the pros. He's going to have his chance at doing that. We're going to see whether or not he's going to be able to pull it off. I think that it's pretty scary, though, when you do look at the pros and how quickly they're able to take the time that they have with the game now. Scump even said it when we first heard from him. He was like, yeah, I haven't had a chance to get on the beta. This is the first time that I'm actually playing the game. And all of a sudden, an hour into the show, he's off to the races.
Well, there was the gunfight beta that came out. I know a lot of us were traveling. We were all away, so I didn't get an opportunity to try it out myself. And then this one comes out. Still traveling, obviously, but did get an opportunity to play it here, and it was pretty fun. But it was also feels like familiar COD. You get your hands on the sticks, you know that right away you're playing boots on ground. This feels, very close to, like the COD 4s, or even for me personally when I competed in Black Ops 1. Good vibes there, right? And once you get your hands on sticks, it just becomes walk in the park.
Especially if you are going to be a pro player who has a bunch of experience, and now we're going to see one of them taking the stage in Formal, and he is going to be joined by T-Pain. They're going to be taking the stage, and we're going to see if they are going to be able to get some early wins for themselves, representing their squad in the blue team, which is playing for Able Gamers.
And here they come. You got Formal and T-Pain. They have what it takes for Formals right now by himself. Oh, there's T-Pain. Okay, he made it. Whew. All right, that almost a little
close.
Formal was concerned. He was concerned. It seems like T-Pain has brought himself a beverage of his choice, so he is going to feel a little frosty as he gets into the game.
He definitely has his tricks. Will they?
Once again, guys, we got Twitch Prime subs. Go to twitch.tv/T-Pain and use them there. That man deserves it. He
Buy
deserves
that
it.
man a drink. But now taking the stage, it's going to be Priesta, and it is going to be Blake. They already have a secret handshake.
What?
This changes things.
That's synergy. Get them some jerseys, call them a pro team.
We just saw T-Pain with a beer, and honestly, I'm pretty sure if Priesta can't even buy a beer yet at this age, Blake going to be guiding his young son in Priesta up to the main stage.
There's just so many directions you can go. The father and son duo of Blake and Priesta. You got the big brother, right? It's well for the both of them. This is going to be a great game, though. I'm pumped for it because Priesta has been destroying everything on his own. And then Blake, shockingly enough, Rich, has been a great just backup for him, right? Having his back, helping him out. Priesta will fall early, and Blake will clutch up. Blake will win the game for him. So if they're able to do that here, difference is, though, I think that Formal and T-Pain, especially T-Pain, he's playing a little bit better than he did at the beginning of the day.
Yeah, I think T-Pain really is starting to play well now. The matchup of him up against Blake is definitely going to be an interesting one.
Yeah.
But like you said, we have seen that synergy time and time again already coming out from Priesta and Blake.
Yeah, that's right. So we're waiting for the matchup to start here in a little bit, folks. But we thank you so much for joining us here. Bracket play is about to begin. As you saw, our competitors take the stage. And now we're moving on to Stack for Gunfight. This is the new mode that's coming to Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and it's been pretty awesome. And as a matter of fact, actually, we're going over to King, so apologies on that one, folks. But this is going to be King that we're taking a gander at to kick things off here in the semifinals.
All right, we're going to have to see what actually does happen once we do jump into this one. I think it is really important time and time again as we do start to think about how different these teams have looked, because you do talk about what Blake and Priesta have been able to string together. Time and time again on this map, we've just seen that Blake's going to be going early in, fishing for information. If he does well in the gunfight, great. If not, Priesta takes the high ground, and he's able to usually drop 2. Every now and then, we've seen some counterplay to that. It was actually Shroud who was able to crack that a few times, especially when he did have the shotgun in his hand. He closed that space. He knew where Priesta was going to be, and he could get a good line on him, and usually a favorable engagement. Are they going to switch things up? It's clear that they've already been talking enough to coordinate a secret handshake. Are they going to have some new plays?
Yeah, the secret handshake, probably the most surprising thing of this whole event. We've had a lot of surprising moments. Many moments where we should have deleted the VOD. But now, here we are. The secret handshake has saved us. In case you're wondering in the
Wholesome
update,
again.
Wholesome. We're back to wholesome content, folks. We had an audio issue on stage. We're getting that sorted out, and then we will be ready to go. There's the man of the hour, T-Pain, who has been, a very interesting character throughout the day here.
I've never seen a human being's tongue so much in one broadcast. T-Pain's tongue has been the star of the show.
T-Pain. That's a quote. That's a thing you said.
Yes.
T-Pain's tongue has been the star of the show.
Little bit of personal information. So my mother watches every single Call of Duty show that I'm a part of. She's got her favorite players. Her favorite player is actually Octane. But my mom texted me and she goes, "I've never seen this T-Pain guy play Call of Duty. I think I like him."
Okay, there you go. So, Mama
T-Pain's
Campbell
won my mother's heart.
Yeah, maybe if she has Twitch Prime sub, she could use it for T-Pain.
Mom, I swear if you use that Twitch Prime
Oh,
sub on
that's right.
T-Pain instead of me.
That'd be bad. That would be a little awkward, but hey man, we've had a lot of awkward moments today. So
Sure
the good news is it ain't gonna end anytime soon. We'll be jumping into the games here in a little bit, guys. First match will be played on King, which was the opening game for the round robin section. I'm sorry, Stack. So not the opening game. It's actually the game that we didn't get to see a majority of the time because most games ended 2-0. So we haven't seen Stack yet played out. We're going to jump into Stack for game number 1. As soon as that is ready, we're going to get into the action.
Yeah, and already we have started to highlight who we think is going to be able to take it down. We've started to take a look at what we think may happen, what that grand final could actually look like. We only have 3 series left here. We've already given everybody a chance as well to get all warmed up. They've played with their teammates a whole bunch. They've played a lot of Call of Duty already today. I think we have our favorites. And chat, we're kind of curious who you think does come out on top. But right now in this matchup, Golden Boy, I'm going to put you on the spot. Who do you think wins it?
Oh, on this matchup, you know what, man? I'm going to give it to T-Pain. I'm going to give it to T-Pain. I'm going to give it to T-Pain Formal.
You think that T-Pain has managed to...
I believe in T-Pain. That's it, That's what I'm going for. I'm sorry.
Right.
I know it's...
Let's see if he's able to do it.
Out of the gate. Formal picking off Blake Anderson. Now it's going to leave him by himself. He's getting roasted now. That Molotov cocktail. He's got to be careful. Gets picked off. Now it's going to come down to Priesta and T-Pain. And T-Pain is not moved yet.
He's standing very still, hunting his prey.
A little concerned.
This is a tactic often used in the wild.
So it seems like he is not moving right now, and unfortunately, that is going to be...
This isn't a
He
hunting
can't even
tactic,
move.
It's a controller issue.
He's not playing possum, people. They're trying to see what's up.
I was about to say, this man's so high he can't even move.
He was ready to jump in.
Oh, that would have been hilarious.
I respect it.
The issue shall
He
be
don't even know how to use the controller right now. That man's so high.
at this moment. Man, I thought that was a 5-headed play. I thought he was just breaking out the glide, and I was like, no, trust in T-Pain. This is all calculated. This is all planned.
Calculated possum play there from T-Pain.
Time's a flat circle. T-Pain, he knows what his opponent's going to do, but yeah.
Look, he's drinking right now. He's drinking a Modelo.
Definitely got to make sure that you
Oh
are
my
hydrated before you
gosh.
get into the game as well. T-Pain and Formal, very similar players in their own right.
That's hilarious.
A natural synergy.
Natural. So impressive. Formal, if you haven't watched his streams yet, guys, probably his title's always best POV worldwide.
These guys are going to win 2-0.
He's not wrong. This guy puts on
Easily.
a clinic each and every time he plays. I've been watching a lot of his Modern Warfare gameplay. Then you got Priestahh and Blake Anderson here. Blake Anderson has been phenomenal today. Very impressed with him.
Definitely has. Like, I'm trying to think. It's definitely a hard thing to say. But if I was coming into this tournament, right, and I could pick any pro player to play with, I think I would pick Priestahh. So he definitely does have a good partner. I think this particular variant of Call of Duty is a place where Priestahh really can shine.
Yeah, playing in that 1v1, which has happened a few times. Priestahh always comes up clutch there. His movement's insane. I mean, the kid is just, he's turning like a psychopath. It has been impressed with him all day.
And then, you know, and you have a partner, too, in Blake that actually knows how to plug in his controller. That already puts you a little bit ahead.
You're already one step ahead of the competition, baby. That's it. You out here. T-Pain got a refill?
Yep, got to make sure that he doesn't run out.
That's important.
There's straight up, that person's job has changed forever now.
Yeah, that's it. There's some people, you know, be like Shady, who works on your Astros, or you could be like that gentleman there who procures beverages for T-Pain. All right, here we go, folks. It's now time to jump into the action. Finally, we're into this one. It's going to be Stacks, and we're already kicking it off with T-Pain. Oh, he was getting a little aggro there, and he gets picked off by Priestahh. Actually, that was formal. I stand corrected there. Never mind. It's just the movement looked like it would have been T-Pain, but instead it was formal. Then Priestahh, along with Blake, they're going to get that first round win here.
You know what I think happened? I don't think that beverage was for T-Pain. I think it was actually for formal.
Probably, man. Probably. All right, here we go. Round 2 now. We're in bracket play. Best of 3, first to 6 in each map.
We've gotten a pretty good taste of the variety, too, that is going to be offered here based off of the weapons that the players are going to get. Which T-Pain! Exactly what we've seen time and time again. T-Pain getting a really good line there, going to be able to get the drop, going to be able to get the round.
He flanked the hell out of him.
Singing his own praises there as he gets that kill onto Blake Anderson.
This is
Blake
getting
right now, taking it very
real
seriously
good.
in his own right, going to get everything nice and ready. We are going to get to see much more of our players as we do move up on the main stage. Didn't expect that one to come crashing on through.
Not at all. That rocket came flying in. Really just put him in a rough position now. T-Pain is going to get the better, and that's going to be 2 rounds for Formal and T-Pain.
Wow.
Told you.
Yeah, I think you're actually right. You know,
They're coming for the
think
dub.
Priestahh and Blake were looking like a clear favorite throughout the day, and all of a sudden, something's changed about T-Pain.
Well, I know T-Pain has been, you know, having a good time clowning around and stuff like that, but he's really good. I've seen him play a lot of games in the past. Like I said,
Yeah.
I watched the stream quite a bit.
Very true.
The guy games. He's not like just one of those players that's like says he games, but, you know, doesn't game like seriously, right? Like a lot of the guys we have here, even like, you know, Blake and stuff, you can tell that they just put time in, right? And obviously they're not going to be at that pro player level as you don't expect them to be, but hey, at the very least, right, they're backing up their teammate beautifully here.
I mean, T-Pain's been streaming for years.
Yeah.
Like, I've watched him stream so many different times
I was
well.
working at Twitch when we set up T-Pain stream, and I remember someone brought it up to me, and my buddy Eric Brunner, who worked at Twitch at the time, nice shot there for Formal. Gets a connection there. It's going to be a 1v1 now. This is what we were looking for, the 1v1 between Formal and Priestahh. He's going to have that MP5 as he jumps around the side, and it is Priestahh who will win out on that one. But anyway, like I was saying before, you know, just like I remember when they brought it up, and I was like, T-Pain really wants to play video games and stream? And hey, lo and behold, man, he was out there pretty much almost every day for like a good long time streaming. So that puts in the work.
Yeah, he's being a little bit of a hard carry here, too, for Formal. Never thought that I was going to say that, but he's been looking very alive here. Priestahh, though, going to be able to secure a kill of his very own. What's he going to be able to do in this round?
Clearly, T-Pain's going to be on the other side here, Rich, because they've swept that area. Now they find T-Pain. T-Pain, can he run away from it? No, he cannot. The hip fire coming in hot for Priestahh. It's going to tie things up 3-3.
Yeah, this is when we start to see Priestahh come online, potentially. Very well played by him. Also, I think I want to keep my eyes on the way that Blake is moving around this map. I think one of the harder things for this team as a duo, they've been so good about movement. They figured out the positions that set up success for Priestahh, and they allow Blake to actually fish out engagements away from those positions and allow Priestahh to just get pitted exactly where he wants to be. This is the first time that we've seen them play on this map today. They might not have that same level of awareness.
Oof, that's rough, though. As he crept around the corner, Formal and T-Pain will get the better. And here's the final moments here. perspective from Formal. Blake came around that flank side, and T-Pain was the one playing the forward positions, which means T-Pain took out Priesta.
Let that sink in for a second.
Exactly.
Now T-Pain, once again, we're going to be on board with his POV. Canup here on the top. Not seeing anybody yet. Going to get a lot of information with that much movement. Going to find somebody right through the window. Going to be able to shoot him down. That time it's going to be Priesta again. T-Pain does get traded out, though. It's a 1v1 situation. Everybody looking completely healthy. Just the slightest bit of damage on our blue player. Formal going to be able to turn on him.
Ouch. And already things starting to heat up here for T-Pain and Formal. So they got themselves a 5-3 scoreline. Match point here for the duo.
Definitely looking a lot better than they did earlier in the day. Formal, what you're going to be able to do here, is he going to be able to close this one out? He sees the player, then he moves back up to the high ground, doesn't want to take that engagement. It would have been very unfavorable with what he's got in his hands. Going to be able to close that space, close out that kill. Going to look for one more, and he's going to be able to do it. Formal firing off.
Match point victory for Formal and T-Pain. What a run there. T-Pain's excited. And Formal, what just a good job with
They're
that
going
shot.
off, yo.
Doing the work top mid.
Now, I will say, when we get to a map that we have Priest and Blake more comfortable on, are they going to look like a different squad? Are the actual practice that they've gotten throughout the day, the different strategies that they've already been able to make work, are they going to be able to execute them again? Or are we just seeing a completely different beast out of our squad that is representing our blue team?
Yeah, you know, you actually do make a good point there. We started each round in the round robin with the map King. These maps, though, I would say King and Stack, they're kind of similar, right? In the way that they're designed. The only difference is that on King you have a bigger backline than you do on Stack, because you have the stacks, right? You have on the top right, you have that high ground, but the mid ground and also the pushes on each side, kind of similar to King. This is where I think Priesta and Blake are going to shine. This map has some odd structures, right? You're going to have the rocks there, the dirt paths. I think there's going to be more opening opportunities for Priesta to get those first frags, the first bloods, and then Blake just playing the support game in the back. We're starting off with the pistol game here. And already out of the gate, you can tell who this is going to be. It's Priesta. Put a few shots down on the Formal.
Wow, that's going to be a pretty bloody engagement there. He's able to back up. Question is he going to be able to push up right now? Deciding to try to hold there for a little bit longer. Going to switch it around. Going to rotate to the other side of the map, and he's going to find a perfect drop. And he's actually going to be taking out the guy you want to get rid of on the map. But there's the trade.
Yeah, that hurts.
T-Pain versus Blake.
Huge opportunity for Blake to clutch up for the win here, but T-Pain scouting about. Hearing perhaps some of the footsteps, but now overtime is going to come into play, and T-Pain's going to take some shots. T-Pain did have a lineup there, but missed the shot. He's going to creep around the side here, and that's going to do it. Vaults on top of the rock and catches Blake right to the face.
T-Pain just screamed in auto-tune.
He did.
That was the best victory screech I've ever seen. T-Pain going to be able to come up big. Will he be able to keep this momentum going? We want to stick on his POV as long as we can. Good positioning coming out from him here.
Very well done from T-Pain and Formal. T-Pain going to be playing the mid-ground. I like this approach, man. I like the way that they play. Clearly, T-Pain has the confidence to be able to get aggressive, get in the face of his opponent now. 2-1 in the count here, as the man advantage will be for Formal and T-Pain. Know exactly where this player is going to be, but Blake Anderson does take out Formal, and T-Pain are on the flank. Gets the better of Blake.
T-Pain has closed out back-to-back rounds now. I think we can all learn a little bit from T-Pain.
Well, I also think we can learn a lot from the way the Formal is guiding T-Pain too, because Formal's clearly playing on the back line, right? Because he's got a great shot from a distance. You give him a weapon like the AUG here, even though it's an SMG, you can still get some good control with that weapon. Then you got T-Pain, who's just pushing up on the front, getting in their face. There goes, that's Blake, who goes down. Last player left alive is going to be Priesta. Shots going out, damage is set. Priesta does take the kill, does get the kill onto T-Pain, but it's Formal instead who gets himself two.
Formal just able to take so many shots in there and secure that round. we're starting to see just a whole new level of play coming out from T-Pain and from Formal. And for the first time, Blake and Priesta start to they have to ask themselves some questions, right? I feel like they've been just dominating thus far, and all of a sudden you do get to the semifinals, and you're going up against a whole new beast. Blake right now going to put a couple shots in. Finally, he is going to be able to find Formal. Is this enough to crack the game open? But once again, we find ourselves in a 1v1 situation. T-Pain just doing work consistently.
Three rounds in a row that we've seen T-Pain clutch it up.
So I understand that you guys can't hear T-Pain like we can in the venue. What he just said was, "Woo!"
T-Pain, man. Good job. Good at T-Pain impression. Now look. Oh, what a shot there!
What the heck?
Got the top of the head. Gave Blake Anderson a haircut. Looking for another one, though. Shots are out, but he won't be able to connect. Priest is going to be very weak, though. Now Formal. Around the corner. Knows exactly where Priest is going to be. Deals a little bit more damage to him, but he did not have enough HP. All he had to do was just sneeze on him, and Formal would have died in that fight. Boom. Capped it off.
You were right. You know, your prediction definitely coming true here. Looks like you can see into the future, but the question is, are we going to find ourselves on match point? Are we going to see an extension in this series?
Oh, he got the stun. He got the stun on that player on the far right side. That could be a push, depending on where Blake Anderson's going to be, though. Things slow down. And I appreciate the fact that Priesta and Blake are slowing down. Because the last thing you want to do is just keep, you know, hitting your head against the floor, thinking that it's going to crack underneath you, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you go for a strategy like that, you're going to run straight into pain. T-Pain.
Yeah, and T-Pain kills Blake Anderson now, looking for Priesta. It's going to be a 2v1. You're having a great time there. And that is another round win. It's Formal. Kills Priesta. 5-1. T-Pain Formal is shredding over here, man. Oh, man, this has been a wild day.
Just one more round. Going to be able to settle this one.
Rockets. Oh, no connection yet. Priesta pushed out, or Formal pushed out. Priesta punishes him in the mid. That LMG, I think it was Priesta last game. I want to say when Priesta went up against Shroud, he did that against him. He spammed the LMG off spawn, and then Shroud just ran right into it. So Priesta and Blake managed to survive for another round here.
All the wiggle room that they could possibly need on the side of T-Pain and Formal. But we're going to have to see if Blake and one of the shortest players in Call of Duty, we're going to call him Shouty, in Priesta, going to be able to step up to the plate here. But we know that T-Pain has plenty of experience with the Shouties.
Well, this is coming down to the wire here. Let's take a listen in with T-Pain and Formal to see if they can win this one.
Oh shit, didn't even see him. That's okay. I only had 1 HP. Oh, good. No. We actually want to make it seem a little closer. I'm gonna go top right. Top left, one. One's low right, one's top left. Let's go, baby. Easy as that. Yep.
And there you have it, Formal and T-Pain. They're going to win 6-3, 2-0. That is all she wrote for Priesta and Blake Anderson. They're going to the finals.
Yeah, this pretty much just changed any prediction that we had. I was pretty sure that we were going to see Priesta go all the way to the grand finals with Blake.
Well,
I
you
love how
thought
they
wrong.
played. Yeah, I love how they played though earlier today. Got to give it for them. Give it up to them. Figuring out strategies that work for them really well as a team. But when you see somebody just heat up in a matchup. It doesn't matter if it's going to be on the pro level. It doesn't matter if it's going to be on the amateur level or if it's a mix of the two. If somebody just steps up, sometimes you're not going to be able to cut him down.
And the man who stepped up in that game was T-Pain, spinning in his chair, but he has every reason to be happy. That was that 2-3 rounds where he was the last man standing the LMS, and he clutched up against Priesta and Blake Anderson. Because of that, they're moving on to the finals. They're going to await the winner of our next matchup. It's going to be Scump versus Cat, and then Shroud and D'Angelo. So Scump and Cat, I don't want to say versus. Scump and Cat versus Shroud and D'Angelo. It's going to be a fun one.
You know, going into this one, once again, I definitely had a clear favorite. But the question is, are we going to see what we've seen in this matchup? And that's players getting more comfortable with the game. We haven't had much time to get comfortable with the game. But if you want to be in the position like these players have been and start to get comfortable, you can jump on your PlayStation, and all weekend long, you can actually get a taste for this beta.
Boom. There you go. Do it. Do it now. Stay with us. But then, of course, do that as well. All right, folks. Well, that is going to do it for us here. Let's hear from the players. Get their thoughts on that round win. Naomi, what you got?
Yeah, I would like to know your thoughts, T-Pain. You were crushing it out there.
Crushing is a strong word. Crushing is a strong word.
I love that word.
I'm just playing my part. Just playing my part. Just doing, being a part of the team. You know what I'm saying? Everybody played a good game.